Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Blu-rays. Now, with this, I can already tell this is going to be an intense reading. Just by the title alone, I asked Michael, what is this reading going to be about? And based solely on the title alone, this is going to be intense, okay? There are key players in whatever creator. Let me just tie my hair back because suddenly it is having a lot of electrostatic again. It's been kind of annoying because it goes all over my face and I don't like things touching my face. I have cat hair all over me. All right. So there are key players in whatever this is, okay? There's a lot of shifting that's going to happen. There's a lot of shifting that is going to happen. The energies are being redirected to who um the ones who are supposed to do certain energetic tasks. The energy is being shifted to those individuals. Now, how do we know if I'm that individual? Oh, trust me, you know. You know, because hearing this, you're already like, oh my God. Oh my God. Is that why? Yes, that's why. So these people have basically been dormant, inactive. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these people have basically been dormant in their coding. Certain portions of their coding has been dormant for some time now. It could have gone active for a little bit, but it went dormant at least for a few years. At least like I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years. It went dormant, and that was necessary. That quiet lull that you experienced, it was necessary. The world needed time to shift and adjust itself in order to be able to better receive whatever it is that you're here to give. Okay. So the key players are being put in their places already. Not put in their places as in like, ooh, you got put in your place. Nope, not like that. I'm talking about allowing you to reach certain parts of yourself, parts that make it possible to feel certain elevations within specific emotions. Now, with that, um, the key players are probably pissed already. Okay, you've been um, probably very emotional, not excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm not a gentle sneezer. So, yeah, that thing I just did right there, that's a good way to prevent spread of disease. That right there. anyways, anyways. um these key players, you know, you can't have been selected by creation for this type of work without being very, very staunch in your beliefs. And these beliefs are not, they're not religious, they're not spiritual. They are like omnipresent type of knowing. Okay. These people have incarnated so many times. So many times. These are the ones who every single time creation decides balance is needing to be restored, these people are incarnated. They usually come in groups. These groups might have the members of these groups might have found each other over the years. They might not know that separate people from separate areas of their life are part of the group. They just know that they resonate. Okay. Where's the other? What deck do you want me to use? This one again, and this one, and what else? This one? Okay. All right. We're letting him pick today. All right. Here goes 3, 4. Okay. 4. Ooh. Damn. Okay, this is getting intense. And then what, 3 of these? Oh, is that 3? Yep, that's 3. All right. So let's get started now. Push this back. Okay. Here goes. Emotions. For those who were chosen by creation to enter into their rightful place, your emotions are rising. Your tolerance for all of this ego based, literally bullshit. It's bullshit. The ego based stuff that we see consistently, that as society, as members of society, we we classify it as spiritual. About 95 to 99% of that is just utter bullshittery. Yeah. It's a way to cause you to feel more shame for yourself rather than encourage you to rise. What we need right now as human beings is encouragement to rise, not further words that make you feel as though you're messing up, you're not eating the right thing, you're not chanting the right thing, you're not meditating the right way, you're not living, existing, breathing, in the way that someone who's evolved is telling you to live. All of that is bullshit. Let it go. You need to learn to celebrate yourself. At this point, 6 being the number of receiving, it's time for you to know, to receive the knowing that you are to celebrate yourself as you are. As you are. Not when you reach a certain milestone or achieve a certain thing or, understand. No, as you are right now. If you cannot celebrate yourself as you are right now, you are not ready to take the next step forward. Bottom line. And I'm hearing this from Michael, okay? If you cannot celebrate yourself in this moment as you are, without knowing why you need to celebrate, what you're celebrating, if you're worth celebrating, if you can't do that, you're not moving forward in your growth. Um, excuse me. It's a new chapter. We're entering into a new chapter of our development as human beings, as individuals, okay? Both as a collective whole and as each individuated expression of divinity. We are entering into a new chapter, a never yet read chapter of our existence. Humanity has to change its trajectory. If it does not, well, we're stuck. We're stuck. So now these key players are being put into their rightful place because they bring down the infinite energies from much, much higher places of consciousness. Much, much higher. One of the ways that these key players will affect change within humanity. I have a lot of third eye and throat chakra drainage. Some of the ways that these infinite beings are going to bring down this infinite energy is by simply existing. Their existence calls to them just because they exist. Extremely high frequencies. And these are the frequencies that the entire world needs to be bathed in. It triggers ascension, accelerated ascension. These individuals, these key players are catalysts. They are the ones that create the spark. They are the ones that help you to recognize when you need to pull more fuel to yourself, not from someone else, from creation. These are the ones who will help you to tap into new thought forms, new ways to see yourself. And maybe their message is going to come out angry at first because really, you cannot not feel very, very intense emotions watching the world devolve the way it has been for years now. You cannot continue to exist without developing some sense of animosity, bitterness, full on anger. How many times have you guys seen me angry? Why are you so angry, Emmy? Why the fuck aren't you? People are starving. People are being medically abused. Families are being separated. We're over here worrying about politics, not worrying about the people. It's what is the politics for? It's to help the people, to facilitate the governing of the people. Of the people was not supposed to be like controlling, feeding off the people. Your namaste, all just well, that tells me where you are. And it's not that you have to exist in a very angry way every single day. But when you don't feel anything, seeing the atrocities of what human is doing to human, um, that makes me kind of wonder. That makes me very much wonder. If you can advocate for furry animals more than the human animal, that makes me kind of wonder too. It makes me kind of wonder. We have people who hate their own skin color. We have people who hate their own nation. Why is that? Because we're programmed to. I mean, how is that any different than you hating your own species? It's just more a general term. Hatred is hatred is hatred. And just because you're angry doesn't mean you're full of hate. It doesn't. It doesn't. So those who are the key players, they're key players because they can harness the type of energy that is necessary to usher in change. They're still in a position of service. Okay. They're still here to serve humanity. So, new chapter. We have to enter a new chapter. That new chapter allows for these key beings to step into their rightful place and call down certain energies. These energies are to flood this entire earth plane. Again, it does not matter what you believe. It does not matter what you practice. It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. We all have a birthright for peace. Peace is part of our birthright, not peace in the way you dictate peace to be. Well, I'm going to be peaceful and y'all can just self destruct over there. Just, yeah, I'm peaceful here. I go through days where I that's the only way I can exist, where I'm just, you know what, y'all motherfuckers can keep doing whatever the fuck you're doing over there. Do not disturb my peace because I cannot stay calm if you bring that over here. If you bring that over here, I'm just going to fuck all sorts of shit up. Like, I just cannot. And those are the days where I have to be like, y'all motherfuckers just stay over there. I need to mind my own business right now. I need to get back in control of my feelings. It's okay. My rightful time will come when whatever my purpose is in this life to facilitate the ushering in of global peace, that will happen when it's time to happen. I need to just chill right now. It's okay for you to enter into those parts. Some of the most erroneous teachings tells you have to consistently give all the time. You have to consistently show up all the time. It doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter what you're feeling. You have to be there because there are people wanting to take from you. Notice how I worded that. There are people wanting to take from you, not people waiting to receive. People who wait to receive, they respect your boundaries, they respect your needs, they understand you have needs too, you have limitations. Hey, I need some help from you, but hold on, take care of what you need to take care of real quick. Take care of that first. You matter too. Those people are amazing. But the world is unfortunately primarily populated with a people who are wanting to take. It's up to you if you're going to give. I'm sorry, I may be small, but if you're going to try and take something from me that I'm not willing to give, you're going to have a major fucking problem. Not me, you. Mhm. I will fight that shit. I will absolutely fight that shit verbally, if I need to, physically, whatever way. Hey, I'm going to maintain my balance and my peace. That is my obligation to myself. So at this point, we need to understand what is really going on in this world. What is going on in this world that all of the emotions are rising up, rising up. I know for a fact I'm not the only one that is super struggling with all sorts of weird ass emotions. Like, where is this coming from? Have we thought about that yet? Where is this coming from? There's a huge intensification of like really explosive emotion. Where is it coming from? I want to cry. Where is it coming from? I have no reason to be sad. I'm not deprived in any way. I'm perfectly stable within my life. I have a peaceful environment around me. Where is that coming from? Once I've paused and allowed myself to assess my life, my environment, and I recognize this is not my emotion, this is not mine. Whose is it? The collective whole. All of us are feeling this to some degree. All of us are struggling through the process of processing. We need to, though. We need to process. We need to begin creating space within our field of awareness to allow the prophets to come forward. I'm not a prophet. I will tell you that right now. I will even repeat myself. I am not a prophetess. That is not my fucking job. No, 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 no. There are prophets, though. There are those who, just like I have my purpose, they have their purpose too. And um, I think their silence has become deafening. I think at this point, they're probably going to need to come forward and begin speaking. Speaking about what? It don't matter. Just speak. The people, your people, are waiting. These are the key components for some tremendous, tremendous change in this world. And the only thing is, are we ready to hear? Are we ready to truly listen to what's being said? Or are we going to get caught up in all sorts of different semantics and, oh, this and that? I don't know. I feel like, generally speaking, the world is not ready to hear the prophetic people. Um, Specifically speaking, like all of y'all who share space with me, y'all are fucking ready. You guys are ready. I'm like your primer. I'm just a primer. You guys are really ready to begin hearing some very booming truths. And these truths that come forward, they have a lot to do with things that we're afraid to discuss, things that we're afraid to look at, to acknowledge. These are not necessarily fearful messages. These are not apocalyptic messages. These are truths that reside deep within us, that maybe it's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable recognizing that there's parts of us that we don't even know. Hell, as much work as I've done on myself, for myself, with my light and my shadow, inner child, adult soul, elder, so I've done so much work with all of that for me. um I know for a fact there's areas of me that, girl, I don't know if we're ready. It's scary. It's scary. I got the name of one of my past lives recently. I'm never sharing that publicly. It's bad. It's bad. There are stories still told about this life. That's bad. Do I want to remember more? I mean, I think honestly, it's enough for me to know I did some really bad shit in that life. Really just graphic ass shit, violent shit, vile shit. Shit that I'm like, why? Why did we do that? Because we could. I spoke to the self from that life because we could. Why not? Um, because that's gross. Because that's like evil. It was evil. Mark. So you have to go beyond the mind. You have to go beyond what your human mind, which is very, very limited in what it can process, what it can understand, what it can grasp. It's very, very limited. Go beyond that. Really silence that monkey mind because that monkey mind is running off of ego, unbalanced ego. That monkey mind wants to categorize, wants to make linear things that are quantum, things that are geometric, things that are so far beyond what it could possibly hold in its hands, but it wants to hold on to everything. It wants to control, it wants to dominate, it wants to prove. Do you even need to do any of that? The most powerful thing I ever chose to do for myself is to simply exist. No need to control, no need to dominate, no need to prove, no need to save. I am not a messiah, I am not a prophet, I am just a girl. A girl that happens to understand herself at a depth that makes her more powerful than the human mind that prevents her from accepting her purpose. Let that sink in. Card number 14, Earth, nurture nature. See, that's the thing. We are a part of Earth. We keep existing in a way that makes us believe that we're somehow separate. That's a perception. Those filters were placed upon the outside of your auric shield. Your outermost shield has apartheid filters to give you the perception of individuated experience, individuated existence. It is a perception. And you can tell me all you want that we're all separate and we're all, you know, this concept of we are all one and I am you and you are me. Okay, that's true to a degree because I still am separate from you because creation intended for me to experience a separate experience, right? But we are still all one. Now, what do we need to do? We need to be able to celebrate that diversity as well as the process of reunification. We need to enter into a state of totality versus duality. Continuing to exist in a state of duality is chopping off half of you. This concept of love and light, we only have to be love and light, darkness and shadow is evil. Mm, it cuts half of you off. It does not allow for you to exist in a totality. You know what makes me so different? And you'll become different too once you free yourself. You'll be just as different as I am. But you know what makes me so different? I'm not afraid of my shadow. I'm not afraid of demonic things. You know why? Because we all come from the same thing. You cannot do to me what I do not give you permission for. You can try, but I have the power and the authority to negate that, to neutralize you in your efforts. You know, I saw this meme one day and I felt it to my fucking core. It was like this screenshot of a chat that was going on, and there was like three bubbles that were bouncing, and the person wrote "fuck you and your three bubbles," and then it was the block sign. Yeah, you have that kind of power. Ooh, we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively from different points of origination. Mhm, absolutely. What's the most efficient way to observe a thing? You have a thing in the middle of a round table. The most efficient way to observe it is to fill that table from every single angle with a camera and to record simultaneously. That's what creation is doing. Any given event, the people who witness that, they are recording that event individually, passing through the filters of their earlier life experiences, their traumas, their achievements, all of that, passing through all those filters. So let's see. High Priestess of Fire, card number 5. Change. Change requires the burning down of old mental constructs. What happens when you set a phoenix on fire? Then it becomes a phoenix, right? So it's time for you to rise from your own ashes. So many lives are being destroyed right now, financially, emotionally, socially, everything, every single possible way you can think of. Lives are being destroyed in that way, all across the world. It's time. It's time. You definitely need to begin allowing yourself to truly see everything that you've been witnessing. The world is about to change in a dramatic way. Am I talking about apocalyptic events? No. It's not always apocalypse type things. It's not always, I can't even say the word before I get flagged again. Um, right. You heard the alarm bells. Now it's time to get out of bed and get to work. It's time to work. Work on yourself, work on your environment, work on the world. When you begin to shift your perception, you begin to shift your environment. As your environment begins to shift, its environment begins to shift. And then so on and so forth. And next thing you know, the world is shifting. Mark, how long ago did you start that whole 69% at 9:35? You started that. That was 2014. Yeah, that was 2014, right? And people, he and I used to like his his Facebook status would be numbers. My Facebook status would be numbers. I would comment on his numbers. He would comment on mine. Everybody's like, what the fuck is this? Numbers. Numeric messages from soul. People didn't understand. And how common is it now for you guys to understand that numbers communicate, that the world is delivering messages to you from your own soul? Only if you'll receive it, though. So, card number 32, self-worth. 3 being the number of a solid foundation, 2 the number of guidance. Solid foundation plus guidance is change. Self-worth. It's time for you to create a solid foundation from which to guide yourself through the receiving of messages from your own soul. And I've told you guys this so many times. All of the videos that I do, I'm not instructing you. They're simply to serve as confirmation of the messages you already are receiving directly from your soul. When you begin to live your life based on, oh my God, what is Emmie going to tell us today? Oh my God, Emmie didn't come live today. Oh, how am I going to solve my problem? Um, mm-mm. We are not going from one codependency to another. You are to empower yourself. You empower yourself through the process of learning to trust yourself. You have to trust your ability to go through the process to become more of who you actually are. Who are you? What are you? What are you here to do? And it's okay if you don't know any of the answers to any of those questions, because life as you live it will give you the answers. It won't just give you the answers, you'll live the answers. If you had asked me back in 2014, Emmy, are you gonna be this, and this? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a housewife. Live stream? What the fuck is that? No, why would I ever want people to watch videos of me? That's weird. That is weird. Because it is weird to me. um, how much is your time, your energy, your soul worth? Why we allow ourselves to continue the charade? Mm, yes, most numerology books are personally biased because numbers are a personal experience. People ask me where I get the meaning of the numbers. I have my own personal codex. This is the definition as defined by my conversations with Michael. You won't find this in any book. We create conversations at times based on numerical pairings. What does Michael sound like? Numbers? I don't know. Colors? Mm, my voice? I don't know. I just know it's not me. I know it's something outside of me. So, the fledgling, card number 1. There's no shame in being a fledgling. There's really no shame in being a fledgling. You have to start somewhere. And this need to shame yourself because you're new. Oh, I don't oh, I just started. Do I care? I get that a lot from people. Oh, yeah, Emmy, I'm really new at this. Boo, I don't care. It's better that you're new at this because you haven't been exposed to all sorts of spiritual indoctrination. Yeah, it's indoctrination. A lot of it is indoctrination. You have to do this, and this, and then you have to go over there, and then you have to do this there. And no, I don't got to do shit. I don't got to do shit. I am a sovereign. Are you woke? No, I'm not woke. I'm a sovereign. I'm sovereign. Huge fucking difference. I do what I need to do for me. I grow the way my soul designed me to grow, not based on your timeline, your suggestions, your shaming me, guilting me. Nope, nope, nope. No. Say no to all of that. And yes, I will tell you, spirituality is now the new method of indoctrination. We jump from one to another to another. They're all prisons, mental, social, emotional prisons. All of them. All of them. I visited quite a few. I visited quite a few. It's okay. It's okay. Eventually, I liberated myself by no longer trying to fit in, no longer trying to be the best version of whatever people tell me to be. You can't tell me to be anything now. Not because I'm not willing to listen, not because I think I know it all, but because unless it comes from my soul, what you're telling me is simply your opinion. Thank you for sharing it with me. But unless what you're saying is serving as confirmation from what my soul told me, uh, that's an opinion. You are not my guru. You are not my leader. I follow no one and walk beside everyone. And it's time for us to reach that place. It's really, really time for us to reach that place within ourselves because how do you know you are one of the key components? How do you know you're one of the key players that needs to find their rightful place? What if your rightful place is already within you? What if that's your rightful place? What if it's not a geographic location? What if it's not a socioeconomic class? What if it's not a city? All of these what ifs. I feel really deeply that if I were a key player, why is this doing this? If I were a key player, um, the rightful place would be centered within myself. You're giving cliff notes because we all are. We all are. We're just at varying degrees of our process of remembering. That process to recall, it's a doozy. It's a fucking doozy. I saw psyop and went, ooh. Yeah. The way society is structured right now, it's that. It's that. It's just one big that. Um, ooh. We went from fledgling to warrior. Holy shit. So here's the thing, okay? My channel is being restricted right now. It's being restricted right now because I've been speaking a little too much truth to all of y'all. We're going from fledgling to warrior, one step to the next. 1, 2. There's no nothing in between that. Because the moment you outgrow your fledgling phase, you come into a full knowing like, what the fuck? What did I say earlier? I said earlier, the prophets will come forward and they might be fucking pissed. Why? Because they've let go of their pseudo identity, this role they've been playing as a fledgling, and they're stepping into their next step, which is a warrior. Like, uh huh. Mm hmm. Yeah. A lot of attitude shifting that's going to be happening because the things that we have allowed, all of us, things that happen in the Middle East, in Africa, in all sorts of third world countries, we allowed that. We allowed that. People are not leaders if people don't follow behind them. When we follow behind the very people who make decisions on our behalf that do not benefit us, we allowed that. Every single last one of us is complicit in the suffering that is occurring in this world right now. Every single last one of us. So, card number 15, Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? These spiritual teachers, they're telling you, empty your table, give it all away. You're not truly spiritual if you don't get compensated for your time. That makes no fucking sense to me. Money is the problem of the world. Money is the reason there's problems. And I used to say this shit, okay? So, yeah, money is the root of all evil. No, human is. Humans are. Humans are the root. Evil is a human concept. When you allow yourself to participate in the very mind games that's being played, telling you that you should suffer. See, here's the thing. We have this concept of like, well, look at the nuns and the priests. They take a vow of poverty. They're spiritual. Um, they took a vow of poverty, but they're being fed, clothed, and housed. Fuck out of here with that shit. Hey, I ain't got no problem taking a vow of poverty, but you better feed me and my kids, house us, give us our basic necessities. Because if not, fuck out of here with that shit. I can't even do one finger, it's three, because that's triple the bullshit. Triple the bullshit. I'm saying, how can you feed others when your table is empty? If I need to be vilified for this, then let me fucking be vilified. But I will never encourage you to deplete yourselves to appease a motherfucker who's probably feeding himself real fucking good behind a big ass lavish table. No, no. Get your worth. What are you worth? You decide that. No one else. No one else. You decide what you are worth. You decide what you will accept as compensation for your time, your energy, your devotion. You decide that. I'm telling y'all need to quote me on this shit when they tell you like, oh, nuns and priests, they do, yeah, because they're fucking fed. They get free trips. Are y'all kidding me? They get flown places. Have you not seen how the fucking Vatican transports the? Okay, let me retract, rewind, pull it back, girl. Too much, too much. Just okay. So yeah, let's not tap into that anymore. That got me riled up a little too much. Card number 27, resilience. Burn away the past. Why is that? Why burn away the past? Because we're afraid of it, because it's garbage, it's useless? No. Because even when forests have fires, it serves a purpose. It clears away the very vegetation that prevents healthy growth. So, with that, once the things burn, they reintegrate into the soil, making it a very fertile soil. Everything in perfect time and measure. The forest doesn't grow back overnight, it takes time, it goes through its process. The things that are beyond repair need time to fully decompose. There is richness in the decay. Society is decaying right now. There is richness in that. Let the system burn down so we can rebuild. There is no point in trying to fix a system that works exactly the way it was intended to. With us as the slaves, as the people who need to be apologetic for existing, and we need to give you our tithings, our taxes. Why the fuck do I have to give you taxes if I don't get a say in how you spend it? I have no problem in all of my taxes being used to house the homeless, to feed the hungry, to advocate for the children, to give the soldiers proper health care. Not a promise of it. And once you get here, we're going to shit on you and leave you on the streets, call you crazy, fight you for the very benefits that you went across the pond for. Fuck that shit. There is some really fucked up shit that goes on in this world. And here we are. Card number 28, sacrifice. What can you let go of? I heard there's this new campaign. I have nothing and I'm happy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Who thought of that shit? Fuck you. You do not tell me what makes me happy. Y'all don't buy into that shit. If it's a real government campaign, fuck you with both my middle fingers and my thumbs. And yes, I got injured. My cat. I love him so much. He's so abusive. Back on track. Card number 28. 2, the number of guidance. 8, the number of reunification. What are y'all doing? Are you just laying there waiting for something to pull you under? Are you laying there waiting for someone to volunteer to save you? Who's going to save you when we're all in that position? Who are we waiting for to save us? Are we waiting for Jesus to come back? Y'all didn't treat him very nicely when he was here the last time. I'm pretty sure he's not coming back. I mean, at least not. Fuck that. If I was Jesus, I'd be like, fuck y'all. Y'all were inhospitable motherfuckers. Let me just calm down. I feel so aggressive because I got clawed. I got clawed right before I came live. My feelings were hurt. I was hurt so badly. He got me so good. All his fucking claws. Okay. 2 of spring, a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams. Great progress is being made. And there we are, working together. There we are, ready to be the change that we're looking for. Now, there's 74 people here, okay? And the way YouTube has been restricting my videos, this will probably be watched less than 1,000 times before it gets pushed all the way down. In theory, that will be about 700 souls receiving this message. 700 of us. You remember that movie about Sparta? There was only 300 of them. What are you going to do with your energy? What are you going to do with your sovereign authority? If only 700 people see this, there were only 300 who fought for Sparta that day. Pick a side. I don't usually ask you guys to pick a side, but I think it's maybe time. Are you going to be part of the group that fights to keep this machine running so it can run over more of us? Use our blood as its fuel? Or you gonna join me in Sparta? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What's your plan? Because I sure as hell don't plan to do this. You present me with this. See that? That's my hand reaching for my machete. It's tied to my hip. I'm gonna start fucking hacking at shit. I don't fucking think so. I refuse to be dragged down. No fucking way. Nope. And I hope you feel the same. So, Six of Summer, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So, this ties into all of the things that we're being taught about human history, about the development of the world, the development of societies, the development of everything, the progression of how this world will go, down to the demise of our race. Revelations. They need you to participate in that. They need you to be part of the manifestation of that. You know what happens when we all suddenly decide we're not participating? Actually, hold on. You know what happens when we reach critical mass, which is just slightly above 50%? When we reach at least 55%, you know what happens? So, this is 50%. This is 55%. It doesn't take much to whoop. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Game over. Game over, because this is not a game. This is our lives. This is the future we are cementing for our children. Game is absolutely fucking over before we even reach that 50%. Game is over. When people like me stop hiding, stop being silent, allow people to see our righteous wrath, because we should be pissed about the way the world is right now. We should be sad. Oh, you're just depressed. Yeah, I'm depressed because I keep seeing people fucking shitting on other people. Why aren't you depressed? Why aren't you angry? Well, because I have a job. Yeah. Who the fuck chooses to? Oh my God. Good. That's right, Michael. I was going to say, who the fuck chooses to be homeless? I did. It was only 5 months. I did. I chose it. I chose it because I needed to feel it. If I'm going to serve in whatever way I'm supposed to serve, I need to know what it feels like to be disregarded by my fellow peers. I need to know what it feels like to be treated that way, to exist with no dignity and no assistance. I needed to live through that. I'll tell you guys a not so secret. Having been part of several homeless communities for a short period, the homeless communities had more humanity than humanity itself. Let that fucking sink in. These people who we assume, oh, they're mentally ill. Oh, they're just fucking lazy. They just don't want to work. Oh, they're bad. And all of those things. Oh, they're drug addicts. They have more humanity than society. They care about complete strangers. Let that really sink in. And oftentimes, they didn't even want the donations. They didn't want the gifts. They just wanted dignity. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So many people don't understand. I wouldn't be surprised if these prophets that I speak of are part of the homeless population. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the ambassadors of the Christ consciousness that have reincarnated as Jesus promised, I wouldn't be surprised if they're part of that population too. I actually found a couple. So, what does that say? I mean, I'm pretty sure some fucked up shit is happening in the world. You know, we have the people who have devoted their lives to the teachings of the Christ. I'm not up to date on current events, but I could have sworn the last pope, I saw his fucking ass wearing Gucci slippers. I'm pretty sure that's not secondhand either. I'm pretty fucking sure he was wearing brand new Gucci motherfucking slippers. I mean, okay. Seven of Summer, no more procrastinating. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Do you really have options? I mean, I used to think that I had options. I used to think that I had the choice to deny my purpose, to deny the people who belong in my life their rightful place in my life. I used to think all sort of like really flawed shit. Um, I don't have any options. I'm here to serve humanity. And I can't do that being hidden away. I can't effectively serve my purpose shutting myself up. I know I ruffle quite a few feathers. You fucking pigeons. Yeah, stop being a fucking pigeon. Be a human being. Humans don't have feathers. Allow yourself to slough off this fucking illusion that you're a pigeon, simply pecking at crumbs that the overlords toss when they feel like it. I'm not a fucking pigeon. If we're speaking in spiritual terms, um, we need to be sitting at the same fucking table eating the same fucking food. Spiritual terms, yes. You're not going to deny me access to the very food that creation has provided for all of us. But society would have you believe you're nothing but a little pigeon. Be happy for your handout. Be happy for the handout. Just be happy. Just be grateful for what? I deserve to exist because I traversed the place that I traveled through to come into this earth. I fucking deserve to be here. I don't need your permission. I don't need your agreement or understanding. I exist because something beyond you breathed me into existence. So what now? Hmm? Michael says stop making faces. Fuck you too, Michael. Don't tell me what faces to make. Okay, I know, I know. I'm sorry. He says when I make faces, it distracts me. Card number 40, Sacred Fool. We think there's other people in control, and in reality, it's just you. It's just you. Ooh, free food that is rotten. I just, oh my God. Yes. Oh, that fucking pisses me off. Like when people need this ego boost, they want to feel like good people. So they take all the outdated, expired food that's been sitting in their cabinet probably 2, 3 years. They'll bring it to a food bank. I did something good for the poor homeless people. I knew someone once, no longer in my life. I was like, let's get them food. And I asked the people, like, hey, do you have any allergies to anything? I want to get you some food. You look like you haven't eaten in a while. And this person was like, why are you even asking? Just get them something. They should just be grateful that you're even getting them something. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not doing them a favor. This is a responsibility. They should just be grateful that you're going to fuck up their whole stomach. You think they have health care? People don't think about that. They're exposed to the elements. They are more susceptible. Their immune systems tend to be depressed. They are more susceptible to foodborne illness. Really let that sink in. People should just be, they're not dogs on the street. These are human beings. And sometimes I find myself in a really like wretched ass mindset where I see people do that sometimes while I'm out. And I'm like, I hope you get homeless someday. I hope someone does this to you someday. I hope one day I see you on the street and I just walk right fucking past you so you fucking feel it. Just so you can feel it because people don't understand until they go through it. And then I find myself like, girl, You know damn well if something like that ever happened and you saw them, you'd still fucking help them. Stop playing yourself because you wouldn't. You're not that. You're not them. You wouldn't do that. True. True. It's true. I wouldn't just walk past you. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But I'd be like, I remember you from like 3 years ago. You were a fucking dick. How's it feel? By the way, do you have any food allergies? I want to go next door and get you some food. Is there anything that you shouldn't eat? Yeah, that would be me. You're a fucking dick. How does it feel now? Don't you feel bad? You made that person feel okay. But what would you like to eat? Do you want some tea or do you want soda? Yeah, no. Totality, remember? You can be both. You can be both. You can be both. We the only ones pulling the strings in our lives. No one else. No one else. And when you give the strings to someone else to pull, that's on you. That is on you. Okay. So, card number 41, bring it into form. What are we bringing into form? What are we walking towards? Are we walking towards some magical moment? I want to say yes. We are. We're walking towards some magical moment that will bring our awareness into alignment with our truth. So we then become aware of who we are, how we have been living, and if our existence honors the sovereignty of others, or if we've been buying into the system that teaches us not to. Now, in order for us to bring things into form, to bring that magical moment of, I don't know, magical moment into form, remember, we have to go from step 1 to step 2. We have to go from fledgling to warrior. Now, a warrior is not just about senseless war. It's not about senseless violence. If you're going to be a warrior, don't be a ninja. They have no fucking honor. They have no integrity. That's why they fight with their faces covered, hiding and shit. No, be a samurai. They have Bushido. Live with Bushido. This is where and look into what Bushido is. There are I think there are like 8 or 10 tenets to it. I don't remember. Don't pick on people. If you know you can win, that's not a worthy adversary. That's pointless. There's no honor in that. None. So card number 9, what do you feel? Ooh, I like that. Can I join you there? Warrior to elder. Fuck, I'm sick of fighting. For real. Can we carpool? Can we carpool? Well, okay, Mark, what about this? What about this? What if you had to live as a warrior for as long as you did in order to acquire that divine knowing, that divine ability? Really cultivate that. So, as you tire of that role, you can then begin to gift it to the other warriors who are stepping behind you, who are coming in from behind, preparing to take their rightful place. Everything that happens in life happens for a reason. And I know we're both fucking sick and tired of the way the world is. We are sick and tired of seeing and knowing and watching things continue to slide back down. But maybe it's time for you to not fight, but to simply be present and share your knowing. So those who can take up arms can be able to safely, with honor, with integrity. Because, I mean, look at that show, Cobra Kai, right? Cobra Kai. Reese, he was pretty badass, right? But he had no honor, no integrity. And what did he teach? War skills with no honor, no integrity. So you're still needed. You're still needed. Whether you can do it or not, you still have a purpose. You don't know Cobra Kai? It comes from Karate Kid. What? Karate Kid. They made this show. Shall we fail? No, please. If this mission was a mission that had a possibility of failing, I would not have incarnated. I fucking promise you that shit. I would not have incarnated into an Asian family. Failure is not an option. Only straight A's, no A minus. I'm telling you, that's how I know. Because I'm not here for that. I'm not here for failure. I wouldn't be publicly visible if failure was an option. So, card number 9, what do you feel? Are you comparing two different things? The reality of the world and your perception of like spiritual elitism? What is it? Right? No seppuku, please. I like my guts. I do. So, card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. Again, this is an indication that it's time to go beyond the limited understanding and processing ability of the human mind. You're so much more than just the human mind. Okay? You are so much more than just a physical body. Science and society would have you identify as simply the vessel with which is occupied by the divinity. You are the divine. You are also the vessel. Embrace both. So, Mark, cover your ears. This also comes with it some twin flame energy. There's like a hold on, guys. 10 10, 95% at 10 10. This also comes with a little bit of a message regarding the twin flames purpose in your life to help you like recognize certain things, to trigger certain processes. Often leads to this. Card number 22, she feels, she knows. You can feel it, you know it. And not that this is what you're feeling about your twin flame. Okay? Some of you, not me, not a lot of people. This like beat the F up kind of look comes from you having that triggering of knowing and refusing to process for yourself things about yourself. Okay? You already feel it, you know it. You're a different person now. You're different. Maybe paths needed to cross to trigger that growth that turns you into a different person, a different expression of the same truth, one with less naivete and less, I don't know, but just less. Another twin flame card. Card number 11, diving for light. 22 and 11 equals 33. Mm-hmm. So you go from this to this. By the time you're done with this, you're surrounded by darkness, dark feeling, dark thought, density, confusion, self doubt, self hatred, self rejection, just a whole bunch of different really ugly things, really painful things. And this is the very pain that will encourage you, trigger you to dive deep, deep, deep to find your light again. And sometimes people will cross your path to help you find your way, you know. No comment. Sometimes people will cross your path to help you find your way. The armor that's been placed on the high heart and throat needs to be removed. The two need to once again face the same way. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Card number 37, focus on the light. These are cycles, nothing more than cycles, cycles upon cycles upon cycles. You get to the top and then you go all the way and then you go back to the top and all the way and back to the top and all the way. They're nothing but cycles. And it's not that you're on a hamster wheel, because each time the process tightens in on itself. And if not, then you're not really going through the cycle. You're doing that thing they do on TikTok where they walk in place. Good. You were doing it so believable. You didn't even realize, huh? Sorry, my first language is sarcasm. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a sarcastic mofo tonight. Sarcastic mofo. Mofo. Sarcastic moda photo. Oh, I almost forgot. He wanted me to pull a couple cards from this deck. We're going to go full alien, okay, my Blu-rays? We're going to go full alien. Oh. Ooh, that's nice. Ticking time bomb. That's nice. Ooh, you came upon a blockage, a root of a blockage in your life this morning after the Pisces stream. And there you go. There you go. You realize you're alien? Maybe we carpooled onto this earth. I don't know. They said they were coming back. Those motherfuckers never came back. They said, here, just hang out here really quick. And next thing you know, I was out in my mother's room as a baby. They tricked me. They tricked me. Oh, don't be mad at me, guys. Don't be mad at me. He told me to pull the cards. Okay. Okay. Let me just put these down. So, card number 10, energy transmission, Arcturus parallel. This, yeah, Miles. Yes, Miles. Y'all have been playing telephone. Look at that. Okay. Energy transmission. For some, the pairs need to allow for energetic healing to occur. You don't necessarily have to be in each other's life romantically, but you do need to allow for energetic exchange, as said by the higher selves, to allow for healing. Okay, you have to take that leap of faith. Orion present. You have to take that leap of faith. You just do. Now, you're not going to be out there on the astral searching for no twin flame shit. That's how you get demon whore activity. That's how you get breach. That's how you become a full-on demon whore. I'm sorry I use that term. It's just a little term of endearment. Just like what Mark said, I'm sick and tired of this shit. I am. It's demon horse shit. It's accurate. It's accurate. People be acting like fucking demon whores. And people be like, oh my God, she's spiritually slut shaming. Well, are you identifying as that? What's offending you? Okay. Card number 60 coming for full circle. So that's what I was telling you guys. And it's Sirius present. If y'all don't allow this, it's still coming full circle. It's still coming full circle. It's going to come right back around. Card number 60. 6 being the number of receiving, 0 being the number of the point of origination. You're going back to square one. You might as well go back to square one just energetically, unless you really want that person in your life. I'm just saying. Card number 9, balance, Arcturus parallel. So look. 9, 10, Arcturus parallel. Balance given by energy transmission. You're needing to allow for that balance to occur. Card number 13, birth and expansion. You're rebirthing yourself. This rebirth will expand your awareness of your own consciousness. Consciousness is infinite. It's infinite. It's infinite. It's infinite. It's your awareness that's limited. Just because I'm not aware of my Rishik self, does that mean it doesn't exist? No, it fucking exists. Just because I'm not aware of my guardians and guides, do they not exist? No, they absolutely exist. They even showed up in my aura picture. Just saying. Just saying. I was like, I don't have any guides. I don't have any guardians. These two motherfuckers. And I'm like, picture. Yeah, they showed up in the picture. Just saying. They showed up. So let's see. Let's see. The Ouroboros dance. Nice. I don't want to be out there in the astral anywhere. Amen to that. It's the same cycle over and over again. Time to break it. So, how do you break it if you avoid it? The only way to break a cyclical cycle is to disrupt it. Because if that's your energy, it continues to circle back around to you. So you would need to disrupt it by a change in the dynamic. If the dynamic has always been runner, chaser, just, general example, then whoever is running needs to stop running. Whoever is chasing needs to stop chasing. Pick up the phone, motherfucker. You done running yet? Pick up the phone. Bitch, are you catching up or what? I've been sitting waiting for you. I'm just saying, shit has to change. And this is a life we are being given to change it. I literally, truly feel that this is the life we are being given to neutralize all of that karmic load, to trigger the activation of that miasmic distortion. Because what is miasma? Frozen light code. What is light code? Instruction, lessons. When we don't finish it, it pauses. It doesn't negate itself. It doesn't suddenly disappear. It gets paused, which then reads as a miasmic distortion, which is what karmic load is. So the way to the way to slow down, girl. Who are you running from? The truth. Kidding. Yeah, aura pictures. They're Kirlin or something like that photography. It's pretty cool. She even documented Michael in my field. And I was like, I told you. Why you photobomb me? She don't know who I am, what I do, or any of that. She had no idea it was at a fair. And I went and paid I think it was $20 or something. I went and paid. She told me to sit down. I did. She took the picture and then she told me, oh, look, you see that blue, that cobalt blue right there? That's Archangel Michael. I said, oh, this motherfucking photobomber. Yeah, I did. So card number 15, Divine Mother Manifests. Ooh, you know who the mother is? If humanity refers to God as the father, has to be a mother. Totality. You know who the mother is? Sophia. Oh, you living in the world of 6 directions, accept the gloom and accept the bliss, for those seeds buried in the ground will one day grow into fruitful orchards. We share her, this divine mother. You and I, we are her precious children. We are born through her love, and she shares in our losses and our gains, our tragedies and our triumphs. Her hair forms the galaxies, her thoughts become the stars. The sun is her own warmth, and her breath is felt upon this earth, causing the roar of the ocean waves. Her voice is heard in the call of the whales and the trill of the birds. She is all, nurturing life into existence. She is in my reaching for you, and she is in your acceptance of my divine hand. She is all, this great lady. Nothing lies outside of her sphere of influence and power, compassion, and grace. That includes you and your dreams, great and small. This oracle comes to you via the sacred grace and mercy of the Divine Mother, who is the great manifesting expression of divinity. All that is created, all that is made manifest without exception, flows from her being. This is why it's safe to trust in life, even most especially the inexplicable mystery and even the darkness that may give rise to fear and judgment within us. It's all part of her unfathomable workings. So we pray for light, we pray for love, we honor and live our lives with its mysteries with as much integrity as we can muster. But beyond that, it's best to participate in this life with much less certainty than the mind would have us believe necessary for inner peace. Inner peace doesn't come with understanding, it comes with trusting. Can we understand a star or a galaxy? Perhaps not, yet we can choose to trust in its beauty and beingness, and from it derive great energy, hope, and inspiration. The ways of the Divine Mother are not to be judged by our limited standards rather than can be witnessed, experienced, and received. What a relief to not need to understand. What a relief to simply live with trust and know that everything will work its way out. Through those wise ways of the Divine Mother, there is a gift headed to you now. Will you receive it? That gift is one of manifestation, something you have been working towards, growing into, loving, and dreaming for, perhaps for a very long time. It's finally coming to fruition. Perhaps you've caught a sniff of the aromas from the divine kitchen and know the meal is nearly ready and it smells delicious. Or perhaps you have already been curious and perhaps you have already been a curious and naughty angel. You've poked your head through the door to the divine dining room, only to be captivated by the candlelight dancing in reflection upon gleaming silverware, and the subtle sounds of crystal goblets and finest china being laid down upon an exquisite dining table. Or maybe, dearest one, you have absolutely no clue what's about to happen. With your thoughts and attention so often turned to the past or future, you have yet to realize what is coming to life for you at this moment. Perhaps you will not gain any advance notice. You will instead run smack into the middle of a dinner party hosted in your honor. You're being asked to receive this gift completely and utterly, whether you feel sufficiently worthy or not. It's time, and the bestowal of this gift is as it should be, whether it seems to be in the best form or how it should be according to your opinion or the opinions of others. It is as the Divine Mother has accorded it to be. She has her wild ways, of course, and oftentimes, her workings in the world are, to put it mildly, downright unfathomable. Yet somehow all things, all creations, all of life, her every working, serve love. You are one of her creations, and so is the imminent manifestation of your own heart truths. Live it, love it, receive it completely. It is yours and meant to be so. It's time to really allow yourself to receive whatever it is that your soul is planning for you, whatever it is that your soul wants you to have. Open your hands and allow it to place these gifts in your hands. You receiving what is rightfully yours is not depleting someone else. Creation is infinite. It has the ability and the willingness to give each of us our own birthright. We do not have to share. So, what are you going to do? A true warrior knows when to fight, when to retreat. A true warrior does not always have their hands bunched up in fists. When you are consistently fighting your life, fighting your processes, fighting your lessons, fighting your connections, fighting everyone you possibly can, how do you receive like this? Where's there to put things? Where are you going to put those gifts? Nowhere. It's time for you to allow yourself to receive. It's really, really time. It's time because if you don't allow yourself to, it just sits there. It doesn't go to someone else. Someone else doesn't suddenly take your place, take over your job, take over the oath you took as a soul before you came into this life. Human beings can lie, souls cannot. Human beings can break promises, souls do not. They don't. You will you will be held accountable for what you promised. At some point, creation will collect. And it's not some deal you made with some demon. It's a promise you made out of love, out of a sense of wanting to serve, out of gratitude. Gratitude that creation breathed you into being. And the best way you can show your gratefulness is to serve. How do you serve? By existing as your most authentic self. Your authenticity is being handed back to you. What are you going to do with it? What do you want to do with it? I mean, really ask yourself that. Oh, Michael is extra generous today. He just volunteered me to do an activation. That's good. I'll do it. I'll do it. So, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a Blu-ray flame activation. With this, it's going to be well, it's intended to be a very gentle priming of the pathways that are used in order to activate that Blu-ray coding. I don't get a say in how your higher self will use this energy. I will not enter your field. I will always honor your sovereignty and simply do as your soul asks me to do. So, with that, if you are in agreement, Mark, it's not up to me, it's your higher self. Here we go. Let us pick a song. All right, breathe very deep and very slow. Take one more deep breath in. Very slow exhale out. Allow yourself to come back to center within yourself. Feel the truth of your being returning to you. There is nothing weak or confusing about you. You are an authentic spark of creation, of divinity itself. Protect that divinity from your doubt. Protect that divinity from your fear. That divinity that you come from. That divinity that you are made of. That divinity that your existence is anchoring into this earth. It supports you fully. It is powerful enough to guide you, protect you, provide for you, if only you would allow it. Take your rightful place, not your rightful place within society, not your rightful place within your friends or your work. Take your rightful place within yourself. Return to your throne room within your heart. Raise your crown back up onto your head. Live with dignity. You came into this world for a reason. Until you can find those answers within yourself, keep your chin up and that crown where it belongs. No one else has to bow to you for you to know that you are a royal expression of truth. You simply have to know it. You have to trust in what your soul is guiding you to remember about yourself. Like I said, there's no difference between you and I. If you really need to quantify why I sound and feel so different, it's because I have disrobed my fear. I no longer wear it on my body. I'm not afraid of anything in this life. I have full trust in my soul. My soul is a direct connection to divinity. It is a part of divinity. I am wrapped in that. I have that inside me. And so do you. Take your place. Take your rightful place. We all need to. We all need to. It's just time. We can't continue on with whatever it is that we're doing. It's not sustainable. We are all already so depleted. So depleted. Why do we wear makeup? To give the illusion of health. Why can't we just be healthy? Healthy within our minds, healthy within our heart, healthy within our body. Why can't we just be healthy? Why can't we just let go of playing the role and actually be the thing, this coveted thing that we think is outside of ourselves, that we think we have to earn? And you have to earn you? You don't have to earn anything. You just have to go through the process of undoing the programming you believe. So I'm going to let you guys go. I was live for a little bit longer than I needed to be. I did some energy work this morning after the Pisces reading. I also did some now. If you feel the need to return to that place of power and you can't quite find it within yourself, by yourself, come back to this video. The energy is recorded. Watch it as much as you want. Share it out. It's not just for specific people. Your heart will guide you to whoever needs this within your life. And don't refuse it if your heart keeps guiding you back to you. You deserve to be loved in the same way you love others. And just because you promised to love humanity, and that's why you came into this life, does not mean you are exempt from that love. Because so long as you are in human body, you are a human being. So love yourself. Bring yourself back home. Bring yourself back home, put yourself back on your throne, and sit there with no shame. Don't let the world convince you that just because you remember your royalty, that somehow you're selfish and bad and greedy and you think you're better than everybody. No, I think I'm better than my old self. And if you have a problem with that, it's probably because I'm reflecting to you an aspect of your greatness that you are not yet ready to explore. And I will not condemn you for that, but I will not tolerate your disrespect either. It's perfectly fine. You can speak your truth. Speak your truth. Be you. Get back on your throne. And if need be, I'm telling y'all, God equipped you with two middle fingers. Two middle fingers. Use them both. I'm just saying. Use them both if need be. Or, put them away. Don't matter. All right, guys. I love y'all. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Join me when I'm live. And yeah, I'm going to bed. Good night. I love y'all. Bye.